Hello and welcome back. In this video we will be looking at git, the git command, and git is primarily for version controlling, and that we'll try to explain if you've not worked with software engineering processes before. Let's get straight into looking what git is and how to use it on a basic level, and also start with the man page. So git. So, Git, the stupid content tracker. Okay, that's a long-running joke. Git was originally created by Linus Torvalds, the creator of the Linux kernel, and he just created Git as a part of his workflow to manage his work. And Git have become popular over the years, and Git is now the #1 version control tool. So if you work on any kind of project, substantial, personal or not, you would come across Git if you're already in the software industry. But this video is primarily for people who are curious about what Git is, just want to know what the thing is, and possibly see how it is used. And if you're also just starting out and have not done anything substantial, we're going to jump in and take it very slow. Just look at some of the basic capability and the reasoning behind the high level features, because Git is vast. Git is complex. There's lots to learn about Git, but rarely you'll ever need all of Git. I've used Git for many years, and I still only use less than 15 to 20% of Git's capability, because it covers a wide range of operations. If you, for example, write softwares, build softwares, deploy softwares into different environments, Git can be used in all of these stages of your workflow. So, without further ado, let's look at it. So, we can see that Git has got lots of options, as we looked at the man page, lots of options. And also, there's Git tutorial. This will also help you. If I see, do we have Git tutorial installed? Not installed. But there are additional commands you can use for just having additional insight into Git. But let's get straight in. So Git. So first, it's a little bit of how Git works. So Git relies on having a directory as the primary root of your project. So if I should create a directory called my project. Okay. Now, if I should go into that navigate into that directory, my project, and now we are in this directory, there's nothing, but I can convert this directory to a Git managed directory in order for Git to be able to track all the changes that is within that directory. You need to first convert that directory as a Git managed directory. It's a Git, and all you do that is by git init, which means git initialize, and that will do some magic. That seems to have gone well. If I list now, there's still nothing in the directory unless you want to look closer with a -a, L for long form, A for all dot files. You can see a new hidden file appear in that directory. And this is Git's magic, and this is how Git keep track of what you're about to do in that directory. Within this Git folder, it has indexes, objects, and various caches and stores to store all your changes and the difference between the files in your repository. And we're going to try to speed along so we can get to demonstrating that. So now we have a Git folder, and I'm a software engineer. why not let's make a file. So we go vim, start a file, it's called my app.js, yeah, why not? And let's go. What am I writing? Console log. Okay. Not that the text matter. Okay, good. So now I've done my app. It's a great application. It does lots of interesting things. And if I go get status to see what's happening in my directory, you can see. So Git now, watching this folder or directory, identify that there is a new file in that directory, and it's saying nothing has been committed to this directory as yet, but there's an untracked file, which in Git language means a new file. So if we wanted to add that file to Git index, in order for Git to start tracking all the changes going forward, we would do git add. So now that file is, we go git status. You can see that the file is in a new state. The file used to be blue and on track. Now the file is added to the index, but it doesn't stop there. If I'm happy with this file and all the changes and I want it to be permanently tracked in the future, I do git commit, and this is now going to commit my changes. Commit also takes a message, because when you do a commit, you can also pass a message denoting what you did in that change. And that is done through the option, the M option. You can say add new code. Okay, we had some new code. Maybe we could spell add with 2D. So add new code. Enter. Now that is updated. And if you look clearly here, you can see there's a star previously, and that star is now gone. My system is configured. This is not out of the box. You don't get this prompt out of the box, so don't be surprised if you don't see it on your system. This is primarily because I've configured this to inform me when I'm within a Git directory. It picks up the metadata and identify that this directory is managed by Git, so I can see what's happening in that directory. Now, if I go git status, it should all be clean, right? Good, all clean. We made a change, made a file, made a change, added to the index, and committed. That file is in. If I do git log to see what work has gone on, here we can see someone have done some work and they've checked that all in and it's all there. Great. Good. Now, talking about branches, when you're working in Git and you have a reasonably large team, even a small team, there will be a time when you need to work on different things concurrently. It's very difficult to be working on the same branch, and that's where branch comes in. You can make a copy of the code, all managed by Git. A second developer could work on that area of the code. When you complete the task, then we could merge it back into one branch. And that could be the combination of all the various pieces that eventually get deployed into your production environment. So that is the primary purpose of branch. If you've not touched it before, branch might feel a bit of a foreign concept, but that's what branches are for. And there are lots of best practices around branches and branching strategy, and the best way to make your branches and your environment depends on the kinds of software you're deploying and or you're launching that to your users. Now, if for example I wanted to create a little bit more code or make a change within that code file to do something else, I could make a branch by doing git check, come on, wake up, checkout minus B. So git checkout is going to move a copy of master branch, which I'm currently on, to a new branch. I call that develop branch. Now, as you can see, I'm now on develop branch. Git is created develop branch because I had the minus B. It's created develop branch. And if I go git log to see all the changes that are on this branch, yes, this branch is an exact copy of the master branch. And now the developer is free to go off, open his editor, open his file, and do some changes. And then he said, more world, excellent work. And again, you can see the star appear because the branch is in a dirty state. There are changes that are not committed. So this is a good indicator to me. So I can act accordingly by saying git status. And he's saying something has changed in that file, the app.js file, something has changed, it's green. Would you like to inspect it? Yes, I would. So I say git diff. I want to see the difference between the files, between my change and what was there previously. So yes, you have some difference. You have a new line in green. So would you like to keep it? Yes. So I say git add. I'm adding that. And you can see git status is saying the changes are now in the index. Would you like to commit this? Yes, I would. So I say git commit. Now let me just do that for you. Commit minus M. And if you don't put the minus M and the message, it will open your default text editor. In my case, Vim is my default editor, and I get a nice message. I could populate the message by saying add more code. So I have more code, and I'm going to save that. Happy. So git status. And you can see all clean. And if I do git log to see what's been happening in my repository, git, you can see that. Now, the concept here is the more code is ahead of the master branch. On the master branch, still has the old code. In this branch, I also have the changes from the master branch, but head has changes that are not yet found on the master branch. And if I should change branch by going git check out master, I then jump back to the master branch and I do git log. You can see this is the master branch that it doesn't have the changes from the previous branch. So now if I wanted to get the changes back from the dev branch into the master branch, then we'll git merge dev. And what this did was to grab all the changes I did in the dev branch back into the master branch, and we can have a look at the git git log, not LG. And now you can see now the master branch is up to date. It has all the changes. It's very happy. Everything is up to date. So someone have successfully had more code, and then we've managed to move that back into the master branch. So now it's good. We can test this and deploy it into whatever environment, whether it's dev, production, or whichever environment you may choose. And that is a quick roundup on Git in action, basic motions of Git. There are lots more to it. As I said, there are lots more things you can do with Git. Various kinds of debugging techniques like looking at historic code changes and so forth. And as a part of your pipeline, Git would be instrumental in maintaining specific versions, specific tags, specific release, and so forth. I think that's a good introduction to Git for you. If you hope you find it useful. If you'd like to leave a comment down below, that would be also useful for me to see how I can assist you going forward. And thank you for watching, and catch me on the next one where we look at additional tools at a very high level just to allow you to ease yourself in at your own pace. Thanks again.